You bought the AI tools to get your time back. So why are you still doing the admin by hand? The average small business now runs 5 AI tools, use barely half of them. The honest answer to which tools you need is fewer than you think. It's a short stack of about 3 to 5, each one pointed at a task that already eats your week. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you which 3 to 5 that is, and how to point them at your biggest time drains. And finally, how to connect them into one system that gives you back your week. Firstly, we're going to go over why you ended up with too many, then how to pick the ones you actually need, and what a lean stack really looks like. And finally, why connecting them beats collecting them. Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan. I build AI operating systems for founders, and today we're going to look at how to use AI to get your time back correctly. Let's start with how the pile got so big. The problem was never too little AI. Rather, it's too much. Even before AI, people bought every tool they thought could help. The issue is now you have 5 different tools that you have to manage individually. Now that AI is a thing, it's a whole new craze. There's a bunch of new apps adding AI along with existing ones, and it's creating the same problem all over. A lot of people are buying tool first, the one everyone says you should use instead of problem first. So the tool stack grows, but your week doesn't get any lighter. So the trap is that you've got 12 tabs open with the tools that you do use, and in the background there's 3 more that you forgot you pay for. And you're really still doing the admin by hand. Let's look at the real cost of that. There's a monthly fee, which you can justify if you used all of them, but you're not. And say you do use all of them, nothing's sitting unused, then the problem stops being money. It becomes time. Workers lose about 51 minutes a week just switching between apps. And that turns out to 44 hours a year. Stitching the tools together by hand becomes a real tax on top of everything you're already spending. So instead of asking what's the best tool, ask what task costs me the most hours every week, and then go find a tool for that real job. And don't just find something that does the job in the same time. You want something that takes actual hours off of you completely, or at least down to a fraction of what they were. Start with the problem, not the tool. Here's an example. Say you have 2 to 3 recurring jobs that drain you every week: lead follow-up, content planning, and meeting note-taking. For follow-up, you find a CRM that tracks when to follow up with people. For content, you find a Notion template that plans your brainstorming, filming, and editing. And for notes, something that transcribes your meetings for you. But let's look closer at each one. My follow-up problem was simple: seeing which people I needed to follow up with each day. So I needed a CRM with a follow-up column that I can sort by that lists today at the top. For content, I found a free planner from a YouTube video that guides me through planning, editing, and creating. And for notes, it's something that sits in on the meeting, transcribes it, and builds the action items straight from the transcript. Any old CRM might not have that follow-up timing. A general content planner is basically just a calendar, and a transcription tool on its own won't give you the notes and the actions after. And when you keep those pieces in mind, you start seeing connections. Let's say I take the meeting transcript and notes and drag them over to my CRM, so I know what we talked about before I even follow up. The consultants with the highest profit per hour ran a coordinated 3 to 5 tool stack. Not one tool, and definitely not 10 plus. You want a lean, connected set, and not a big scattered one. A quick one before we get to the next part. If any of this is landing, please hit subscribe. I post every Tuesday and Friday with regular AI videos. Now let's get back into it. With AI, you only really need a handful of categories covered, not a tool for everything. Firstly, you want something to help you think and draft. The everyday AI you talk to, like ChatGPT or Claude, covers this. It'll help you research, it'll write your first drafts, and it'll help you summarize things. Secondly, you want something for your inbound content engine. You want something to turn your ideas into concepts, to help you write or record them, and to publish them on a regular basis. The key with content is consistency, and so you want something to remind you regularly and help you be consistent. Third, your follow-up and pipeline tracker. You need something that makes sure no lead or client goes quiet. It'll remind you when to follow up, it'll draft the first message from your last meeting, and all you need to do is edit and send. Fourth, you want an onboarding and admin runner. You want something to help you go from contract to invoice to welcome email to intake and scheduling, all handled for you. A lot of that is just the same work with different details filled in, so it's an easy job for AI. And fifth, you want a daily brief and dashboard. This is the KPI tracking and the place that tells you what needs you today. AI can take in all the analytical data fast and make a good work of it, and it'll tell you where the business is sitting and where the work actually is. And you pull the other 4 into it: who just got onboarded, who to follow up with, and what content to make today. And with all of this, you start to notice something. None of these are an AI that coaches for you. You're the expert, and you do the work because you love it. AI just handles the back end so you can do more of it. Let's take a look at that last one I just mentioned, the daily brief. because it's the base layer of what's called an AI operating system, or an AIOS for short. When AI knows your business, your KPIs, and what's happening in your communications, it can help you in a major way. Without that final connection and knowledge into your business, these 5 tools are just tools. They don't work together, and they might not save you any time. The AI operating system takes all of them and connects them together, and that's where the real value shows up. The AI can use your discovery call notes and use them in the onboarding document. The onboarding document becomes a follow-up trigger, all without you lifting a finger, and you go from a pile of tools with you as the integrator, doing the manual handoffs, to a system that removes you from the middle. The same original tools can have a completely different outcome, and doing it correctly can make what takes you a few hours all the way down to a few minutes with AI. AI tools on their own end up like regular tools. You buy too many, and you don't use them all. An AI operating system connects only the tools it needs, makes them talk to each other, and does a big chunk of the work for you. So you save time and money. The system and not the app count is what actually buys back time in the week. But this isn't a never add a tool again. If you find something you like and AI can use it, you can add it to your system. But now it just becomes a rule of discipline. You go back and ask, what problem is this tool solving? If it replaces a real task and connects to what you already run, that's good and you can add it. But if it doesn't remove the old task, if it's just more weight or you won't use it, you don't need it. Here's a simple loop. You're going to audit yourself. Ask yourself what task actually hurts. Then you want to implement one tool for that one job, and then you let it run and watch it work for a couple of weeks before you add the next. You can call it the A.I.R method, A.I.R, one task in, one tool out. The 30% of wasted SaaS spend and all those unused licenses happen because people add and never remove. So the discipline is the whole defense against ending up back at 12 tabs. Because the goal was never a cool stack that doesn't actually save you time. It's about getting your hours back so you can be in front of more clients, or just to step away and take some rest. So in the end, you don't really need more tools. The new AI tools have the same problems as the old ones. You see a shiny new object and you buy it without thinking through what it actually does for you. All you need is a lean set of 3 to 5 tools pointed at your biggest time drains, connected into one system, and when you want to add more, you audit yourself first. You make sure it's actually saving you time and money. And this is exactly what an AI operating system solves. And that's what I built. We create that base layer, keeping your tool count lean and automating away the admin. I offer a free AI business audit where I'll show you exactly which parts of your business should stay human and which ones should run themselves, as well as what to build first. Link is in the description. And if this was useful, subscribe. I post every Tuesday and Friday. And tell me in the comments, what's the one task eating the most hours in your week right now? Thanks for watching.